So today we're still kind of unpacking from the tournament. We got stuff everywhere, but we decided it is not Satan degrees out here, so we're going to have ourselves a game. What we are going to do, we're going to be having mission number 5 of our Birthright campaign, and this is what we're going to be doing here. I have adapted this from the Void Sun threat, one of the missions from the Void Sun threat that just came out. Pick it up! It's really cool. So what we got is we got D3 plus 2 objectives. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 victory point for each objective per turn. 3 victory points if you hold the objective point at the end. And then we are going to have artillery pieces firing on the board every turn. So each turn, we're each going to get D3 artillery rounds. And it is a 4+ to hit. And if they hit whatever they shoot at, it's 2D6 hits at AP 1. So the objective is going to be a little funky. It's going to be 12 inches across the side with a bump out here, and then 12 inches across this side with a bump out here. And we have, well, the Robot Legions, they have enough stuff in the bank. They didn't actually spend any points, but the Elves did, because the Elves need help. We have the stuff we had before, and then over here we have 3 Acolytes and a High Noble, Caster 3 with the Caster stuff for those guys. And then we have 3 Vanquishers on the board. So we're going to go ahead and get to deploying, and then we'll see who goes first. So here we are. Everything is deployed. We got our little Stingers. They deployed over there, scouted up there. We got the Protectors and the Elementals. We got the Jet Bikes. We have our Protector and Noble squad there, our Cleric squad. And then we have the Vanquishers, our new what do they call Acolyte squad? Man, I'm bad at this. And then we have the Flesh Tearers. They decided to start on the board today. Warriors and their Robot Lord inside. The Transport. And then we have Tri-Scorpions and their guy. And then we got the Hover Bike. So we rolled off screen. I got the roll to go first. So, let's get her started. Uncle C just realized he forgot to read the paper. They have Tunneler.
I'm rusty, man. Leave me alone.
I don't play for a month. We don't play for a month and things like this happen. Okay. So I'm still going to go first. And we're going to start over here with the Elementals on this side of the thing. So these guys are just going to run forward. 12 inches. Haha. Fear the Elementals. There we go. Hover bikes. Hover bikes. Going up there and shooting my crap. 12 shots at all 4 with flux. Okay, well, you got 1 flux in there. Flux, flux. Hit, hits. Hit, hits. Hit. Crap, okay. So there's no AP on that, right?
9.
9, okay. So, 4s. Hey, we take 1. We'll take 1 off the guys that bloop, fell off the tower there. We'll take it. Next, we're going to have this unit of Protectors with their Cleric. They're not going to go as fast as they can go. We're just going to go as far as we need to touch this objective. Touchy, touchy. Transport time. Thud. All right. Oh, and you're going to shoot over here?
I am.
Oh.
Give me 3 shots on a 3 with rending.
Okay. Got 2. One of those is rending. So saving on a 4. Good. Saving on a 6. Good. Hey! Listen, you're up so many points in this campaign. I'll take every dice I can get. So up here, we're going to have our Stingers. They're just going to hop around here. Wee. Kickflips. Parkour.
I hate them.
You hate everything I bring to the board.
Stop making me hate them then.
All right, so I got 9 guys left. So all these Stingers, they got 2 attacks apiece. They're poison and reliable, so hitting on a 2. That many. No AP, but you have to reroll 6s.
Alright, so on a 3.
Yeah, you guys are upgraded to have a 3-up save.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so reroll them 6s.
So far, there's 1 bike dead.
Okay. 1 more.
Okay, I have
How many wounds is that total? 4?
5.
5? Okay.
And I have self-repair.
Yep. Nope.
Dang.
So you get to fight back. Okay. Hit back on a 4. They got one. Saving on a 4. Ooh. Splat. We'll take one. Morale test for you. You fail. So, robot roll. Robot roll. So that one guy takes 1 wound. And then we gotta back up an inch. Hee. So technically you are holding the point. Yes, we got the warden and the tri-scorpions. Going to go to there. No touchy yet. So next activation, he's walked directly into my trap. Maha! My vanquishers. The new unit over here, they're going to fire at the tri-scorpion dudes. Hitting on a 3 with lock on and relentless because we didn't move. You dick! Hitting on the 3. 1, 2 misses, but 1 more because of that 6. This is this is AP1.
I hope you know this is considered bullying.
Okay. So that many saves. So boop. And then that squad has regen. So you take 2 wounds. 2 whole wounds. Not nearly as destructive as I thought it was going to be. But here we are. So last Robot Legion turn, he's going to hold his guys in there. So that means it's up to me. I got 3 units left. These unit protectors, they're gonna spread out just a hair on this objective. We got this unit over here. My jet bike dudes are going to go to here. And then they are also going to fire at the Tri-Scorpions with whatever we can reach. So only the lead guy is in range to shoot over here. So hitting on a 3. So we have, all 3 hits. That's going to be rending. Well, they're all rending.
Oh, they are?
Well, no. Just the 1 you saved.
I'll save on a 3?
Yep. Okay, you're good there. So next up, we had our Noble and his acolytes were back here. They roam around here. I know that's going to put us in range of whatever comes out of there, but that's a next turn problem. This is a this turn problem. We're going to launch everything we have into those. Well, we moved too far to shoot, so we are going to throw some spells. We're going to throw Destroyer once with the Noble, putting all 3 points in. It's going to go off, and once with the acolytes, putting all 3 points in, that goes off. So it's going to be 16 hits. Yeah, probably nothing's going to happen. Ooh, all right, so that passed. Robot save, that passed. Now you have regeneration. Ugh. So all that is 4 damage. All right. That's everything I can throw at them. So that's the end of turn number 1. Now we get 1 victory point for holding them each turn. So the robots have 1. And then the high elves have 1 and 2 over there. So it's 2 points. And next we are going to do...
So you said technically I hold the point there.
Why do you hold the point?
You said that earlier when you said technically you hold the point.
I was like, no, technically you're still on the point.
Shut up. I want to win.
Okay. See, he bullies me. Now we're going to figure out artillery. Okay, we are going to roll to see how many artillery we get. I get 3. And you get 2. All right, so choose. We're going to have you go first. Choose 2 targets for your artillery rounds.
Target?
Okay.
Target.
Okay, so now roll. Well, you got to roll the hit. On this one, roll a dice, and on the 4 up you hit. You hit, and then roll dice over there. You hit. Crap. Okay. So now how many hits do we got? Let's go ahead for this squad over here. Roll 2 dice. 5. All right, we'll keep those there for them, and then roll 2 more for that squad up there. 8. Ugh. Okay, so Noble on a 4. We lose 3. All 3 of the acolytes go down, and that means morale test for the Noble on a 3. It's pinned. Uh-oh. And then up here for the Stingers. We lose 2. All right, we'll take 2. So they are, there's no morale test needed yet. So my artillery pieces, he only got 3 units on the board. So we're going to do this one over here. It gets hit. This one gets hit. This one. It's good. So how many shots? This one's going to be 7. And then for up over here, 5. Okay, you fail 1, but you get your robot save. Okay, you take 1. Morale test. You fail. 2 more dice for your robots. Yeah, you're fine. And 7 for these guys. Okay, so you failed 2. Robot. No. Regen. 1. So 1 guy goes down. Oh, that's a morale test. And you're fine. First activation for the robots. Yeah, we got the tunneler guys popped up. They're going to charge into my stingers immediately.
So it's going to be 20 hits on a 3, AP 1.
Woo! Okay. Woo! Goodbye, stingers. On a 5. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yep, they're gone. Well, that sucked. Next activation for the elves, we're going to have the Vanquishers fire again. Let's see what happens this time. It's, well, we're still 9 shots hitting on a 3 with Relentless and AP1 and blah, blah, blah. So, hey, 1 miss, but 2 6s. So there you go. All that at AP1. Ooh, 2 saves on all that. Okay, you have robots and regeneration. So robots, you save 1. Yeah. Regeneration. Well, I'm throwing half my army at him.
Yeah, they did.
1. Well, they're not dead. He's got 6 wounds. So he had 3. So you are down to 3. And morale test time. You pass. Ooh. You shoot at the elementals?
Oh, attempt it.
Attempt it. All right.
4 and a 4 with flux.
Okay. All right. So 2 hits. So because of shield wall, they save on 2. Hey, we're good. So the angle's kind of bad at the moment, but it'll make sense. In a second, we're going to have our protectors move to here. There we go. And then they're going to fire up at that biker that just shot at my elementals. So it'll be 10 shots hitting on a 4 with the rending. Well, lots of misses there. So we have 1 at AP, 1 at AP nothing, 2 at AP 4.
These are on a
6?
Yeah.
Nope.
Well,
Robot will save. Nope. Dev bike. Oh, tickle fingers.
diddle diddle.
Charge it in.
Alright, 4 attacks, AP1 with rending on a 3.
Yep. Ooh, 1 hit. Ooh, piece of candy. AP1. Do we pass? Nope, there are 5. But we have regen. Oh wait, you're rending. So nope. Bloop. Killed 1.
Ah, suck it, James Woods.
This many attacks back on a 4. Hey, that many hits. AP nothing.
Please.
2.
On a 3, so.
Right, so there's 2.
Oh.
Oh, regen. Nope. So you take 2. So you're down to 1. And do you have fear? I don't think you have fear, do you?
No.
He passes morale. All right, so he just backs up. And we're hanging out there. Next activation for the elves. These guys are going to come to the bottom of this ramp. Ooh, we coming. Ooh, we coming. APC's moving to there, and who you shooting? Oh, he's going to shoot over here into the bikes.
Mm-hmm.
All right, then.
It's going to be 3 on a 3 with rending.
Okay. Okay, so 1 rending and 2 regular saves. So 1's on a 6. Ooh, and 2 on a 4. Ooh, we're good. So then our bikes, they're going to go up here. They're going to go to 10 inches. And we're going to chill right there. We're going to shoot into those guys. Here we go, 9 shots on a 3. So 2 misses and 2 at AP 4. Nope. Nope. The rest save on a 3 because these are the up-armored tunnels. Shoot. Okay, robot save. Nope. There goes 4.
Alright. So, I'm going to take them, I'm going to shoot there,
Okay.
but I'm going to cast firebots, I guess, here. So it's, 2 enemy units within 12, so...
Yeah, so you can do both of those.
Yep, and it's going to be 6 hits each if it goes off.
Okay.
I'm going to put everything into it. It's a spell 3.
You're a caster 2 or a caster 3?
Caster 2.
Okay, so it goes off on 3. And it fails. So now he's going to split up his shooting. He's got his 2 big guns. They're going to go into this squad and then everything else there. Do the big guns first.
AP 4, deadly 3, hit on a 4.
Okay, so it's 1. Clean this up here. Yeah, splat. 1 really dead guy. Okay, and then you got 8 shots.
Give me 5 more.
Your dice.
You
they're
took
all,
them.
They're all over here. That's right.
Yeah, just for yes, I have a bunch of random dice. Put the game dice.
Yeah, I'm a dice goblin. What can I say?
We see where your son gets it. Alright, so these are AP 2, hit number 4.
Okay.
That's garbage.
AP2, so we save on a 6, but we have regeneration. So no, regen. Hey, we're good. I'll take it. So then I'll activate this unit here. Next, we're going to fire back into the warriors. It is going to be this many shots, hitting on a 4 with rending. 3 hits, AP nothing. All it does is... Okay, so you fill all 3. You have robots. Nope. And then you have the herbalist save from your lord. Nope. So you lose 3. So last activation from me, he is going to hold and recover on turn number 3. So for points this turn, the robots have 1 and 2, and then the elves have 1, putting at a 3-3 tie. Now it's time for artillery. The elves get 3 shots. What do you get? 1 shot. All right, which one do you want to shoot at?
Yeah. Just die.
Okay, so he's going to fire at the elementals. And it is going to miss.
I deserve that.
So for me, 1's going to go here. And it's going to miss. I'm going to put the second one there. It's still going to miss. And then I'll put the third one. I'll put the third one in this warrior squad to be different. That one is going to hit for 7 hits. 7 saves on a 4. Okay, so then a 6. And then a 6. So you lose 4. And morale test time. And you passed that, right, your lord?
Yes.
Yes, he passes that. First activation, he's hopping down the ramp to fight the elementals. Hitting on 3 with AP 1. So, move the camera a little bit. All right, AP 1, our shield wall takes that away, makes it into saving on 3. So we lose 1. 1 guy's down to 1 wound. So we got 6 attacks back on 3 with AP 1 and rending. 3 hits. Fail 1. Robots, yep, so you lose 1, which means I lose combat. And are they fearless? Yes, thank God. Yes, okay, we're good. Back over on this objective where all the fun seems to be happening. My caster, who is now at 6 because he did not cast anything last turn because he was wondering what was going on. He's going to cast Curse, and he's going to put 5 points into it to go off on the 2. Okay, it goes off, so that is going to be 6 hits for each of these units. So let's start with the big guy here.
On 3.
Saves on 3. So he's good. And then the warrior squad. Robot save. Nope. And then herbalist save. Nope. You're down to last guy. And morale test. He's good. So now we are going to charge And he is going to charge this guy. Rah! Because for some reason I gave him a stick. He's got 2 attacks hitting on a 3 and AP 4. Both of them hit. Saving on a 6. And then robot. And then regeneration. So that will be his last wound. Whackity whack. Oh, you're going to charge in there.
Do that, and then I'm going to cast Thunderbots, which is 1 enemy unit within 12 inches. Takes 2 hits at AP 4.
Okay.
Throw it at them.
Okay, so it's 2 points.
I'm using 2.
Going off on a 4. And it goes off. So, you get a 6. Nope. Split play. Oh, their first game.
Revision!
Revision.
Still did that, but I'm doing Blast Weapon there.
Alright.
With 1 attack, blast a 3 reliable on a 3.
Yep.
Reliables. Yeah.
On a 2. So 3 hits. Aha! 3 fails. They have regeneration. So I lose 2. Boop boop. And then they're at half. Morale test. And they're going to pass. Next activation. These unit of jet bikes are going to come over here. And they're going to point themselves down at those flesh eaters and go pew 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 pew. Hey! Well, 2 at AP 4, the rest at AP nothing. So 1, 3, robot saves. So I killed 2. And then morale test time. They're gonna pass. He only got the ABC left. What's your ABC doing?
So, tickle this.
Okay. I'm recording you.
Tickle and shoot.
Okay.
So it's 3 out of 3 with rending.
Yep. Okay, so we got 3 hits. Saving on a 4. Or no, saving on a 5. So fail all 3. Regen save 1, which is just the cleric. Morale test for the cleric. He is going to fail, so he's going to be stunned. Whee! Cleric didn't activate yet, so he's just going to unstun. And then these elementals will back up. And then this unit of protectors will just come to here. They're going to shoot into those guys that are left. 10 shots hitting on the 4 with rending. Ooh. 3 rending. And then 4 at AP nothing.
Rending.
Okay, so there's all 3.
On a 3.
So 1 more, so 4 robot saves. So 1, 2, 3, 4. That'll be it for those 3. Beep, beep, beep. So at the end of this turn, elves hold 1 and 2. Contested, robots hold 1. Now it is time for artillery. I get 1 shot. You get 1 shot. Where do you want to put your artillery? The jet bikes, all right? Hey, hit. For 6, all right. Saving on the 4. 4, 1, 2, 3. So that is going to be 1 bike. Boom, gone. My 1 artillery is going towards the APC. And it's going to hit for 5 hits. Saving on a 2. Yeah, it's good.
Charge.
Okay.
And then cast.
Okay. Well, cast first, then charge.
Well, yeah, words. Thunderbots, so 2 hits at AP 4.
Okay. It goes off. AP 4. He takes 1 wound, so he's down to 2. And then you have your attacks into the noble. 1 attack.
AP 2, deadly 3.
Yep, misses that one. All right. So then he'll the cleric will attack back. 1 hit at AP nothing. Robot save. Yeah, you're fine. We're slap fighting. The jet bikes. Gonna go to here, and they're gonna shoot down at the APC. 6 shots on. Well, that. So 1 rending and 2 AP nothing.
Rend. Crap.
Nothing. All right.
Suck it, Slappy.
What's your APC doing?
My ABC is All right, my alphabet machine. Yeah.
Okay, you're gonna charge him. So was it impact 3?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, on a 2. Oh, 2. And then, come here, you. Saving on a 4. Blap! Got ran over by the scuttlebug. So these are gone. All that can happen now is this cleric is just going to go to here, and he's going to fire 3 shots into your robot lord, and he's going to hit twice. AP nothing.
3.
And he passes them both. So that will be the end of combat because nothing over here can affect anything. So artillery time. He gets 1 shot. My artillery. I get 1 shot. Where's your artillery going?
I won't kill them.
Okay, he's going to aim over here at the elementals. On a 4 up, the artillery round hits.
Oh, well.
What?
Doesn't matter.
Well, it would have hit. How many hits? For 9. Okay. 9. Saving on a 2. Yep. 1. And then morale test. They are going to pass. Okay. So I have 1 artillery shell. It is going to fire at that one guy on the 4. That's cocked as hell. And that is going to hit for 6 hits.
Oh, 3.
So there's 2 possible. So he takes what? Wait, you got an extra herbalist save. So boom, he takes the 1. So he is going to survive. So for points, robots get 1 there. Elves get 2 more here, and then you get 3 at the end. So it'll be 6 and then 3. So yeah, the elves win the game. But towards the end, we didn't really care who won the game. We just want to see what kind of carnage this does. Going into our last battle of the campaign. It'll be week number 6. Well, actually, like week number 9. But game number 6. And for that, everything is going to go on the board. So let's look at the community games that happened this week. First, we have Magic Mirror back all the way on the 5th. I had to go look up like what the actual day was that I set out the last video. So, Magic Mirror. Dwarf Guilds versus War Disciples last night. Round 1 had the dwarfs move in and claim 2 objectives and throw a bit of fire down range while the War Disciples closed in under cover. The power suit jumping in round 2 let me charge my opponent's caster, staggering him for the round, while fire from my warriors managed to whittle down my opponent's forces. Round 3 saw the near total destruction of her forces as my dwarves rallied around the loss of my berserker, taking a 4-0 victory for the dwarves on behalf of the robot legions. Next, from Wargamer 270, the machine cult ever looked to acquire ancient and alien technology in the name of human advancement. They heard of a recent clash between the High Elf fleets and the robot legions. Such an opportunity was not to be passed up, and the cult sent an expedition to recover what could be salvaged. The Tau Union heard of the clash as well, and heard that both armies quit the field after, leaving in their wake a settlement that could be repaired and colonized. The 2 forces landed close to the field and spotted each other soon after. Once deployed, both sides unleashed long-range fire. The Tau, used to having fire superiority, were horrified to find the cult's rangers had an equal range to them. They discovered this when one of the grunt leaders lost his head early in the fighting. The machine cults were also able to scramble the sensors of all the heavy battlesuits, as their railguns were unable to destroy a single cult vehicle for the entire battle. Hope flared in the Tau hearts as a battlesuit team and stealth suit squad appeared on their flanks. Their fire downed war robots and fast-moving walkers. However, they could not halt the advance of the sect stalkers. Terrifying hybrids of machine and man that raced across the battlefield to slaughter whole squads of grunts. Facing annihilation, the Tau fought with courage, advancing where possible, bypassing what could not be killed, but as the sun set over the field, the binaric psalms of the machine cults were offered up in victory to their god. The Tau retreated in good order to their ships and returned to friendly space. The machine cult, however, did not find their most prized artifact, a superior alien toaster. The search continues. Add a point to the Robot Legions. Next we have that guy with a grand engagement. 5 objectives, 3,000 points. With increased robot activity across the world, the Elf Seers saw fit to deploy a major task force to the surface to draw the machines into pitched battle. An old, long-abandoned elf town was chosen for this action. A young member of the Seers Council was chosen to lead this expedition. The elves would lie in wait while the plotting robot forces moved into position before snapping the trap closed with their concealed warriors. The ruse had worked, and the robot-deployed forces were far inferior to the waiting elves, but the Seer felt something dangerous on the strings of fate, and held his forces back from an all-out attack. The forces exchanged fire from cover while cautiously advancing into the old town. But the Seer's visions proved correct, as a thunderous discharge of terrible energies in the center of their formation, a robot death fortress teleported directly into the elven lines. It discharged deadly bolts of energy in every direction, terribly damaging the venerable greater elemental. But the elves reacted quickly, bringing dedicated anti-vehicle weapons to bear and destroying the terrible fortress, but not before it was able to disgorge additional squads of warriors into their midst. Forcing all of his forces on the attempted breakthrough by the robots, the elves blunt and turn away this push. However, the elves' own attempted flanking maneuver is also turned away by the Robot Annihilator Lord and Annihilators. Scarab Storms cause havoc on the flanks, even managing to take control of one from the elf heavy weapon squads. Morale for the elves throughout the battle became a problem as they failed more saves than not. The Seer also did not fare well, managing to fail all casting attempts and only managing to kill a single robot warrior with his sword. But the robot hubris deploying their huge death fortress so aggressively cost them too much, as the elves were able to destroy that thrust and hold them back from the center and the flank. The battle ends in an elvish victory, 3-2. Then we have another one from Wargamer 270. This one, he wrote us a book.
We demand the murderer be turned over to us,
The High Sister growled.
He will be punished in accordance with Blood Brother law,
Came the grating reply of the spiritual leader, his voice made harsher by the speakers in his skull-faced helm.
That is not enough.
The High Sister retorted.
He tore apart 10 of my sisters before he was subdued. 10.
The red eye lenses embedded in the skull stared down at the woman, her body looking all the more fragile compared to the bulk of the destroyer before her.
Your request is denied. You have my word as a spiritual leader that his sins shall be punished in accordance to the Founder's law. This matter is closed.
The hulking figure began to turn but was stopped by the report of a heavy rifle. The bullet bounced from his shoulder guard, barely denting the metal. His joints ground as he turned back to face the High Sister who held a smoking rifle.
You dare?
He growled, menace dripping from his speakers.
For my sisters, I dare. Surrender your brother or face our wrath.
3,000 point game, King of the Hill, deployment on the short edges. The game begins with long-range fire from both the sisters and the brothers. Sniper fire and a rocket pinned the support sisters in their tower, while the machine guns from the exosuits sparked off the bikers. Turn 2 sees the deployment of Pistolier sisters, Assault brothers, and Guard brothers. The Pistoliers gunned down the retinue of the Blood Brothers Archivist, but were soon set upon by the flames of the brothers' tank. The sisters' mech units rolled up the left flank of the brothers, but were unable to fully destroy the fast-moving support bike. Turn 3 sees the deployment of the spiritual leader and his squad of destroyers. They land near the ruins in the old church that has been taken over by the sisters. Inside lays the recordings of the Blood Brother killing the warrior sister squad that started the battle. All available units rushed to secure the vital proof. The destroyers and their lord were soon beset by exosuits. Their claws and maul saw them through the first of them, and the warrior sisters inside leveled the rifles in preparation to fight to the end. The High Sister soon found herself without her Pistolier guards and called upon the Assault Sisters to block the routes into the church with their lives. Without hesitation, they charged the Blood Brother's exosuit, but failed to kill him. With a cry, the High Sister fell upon him and slew him, but found herself at the mercy of the Guard brothers. With hacking chops, they disarmed her and took her captive. Turn 4, the High Sister had a front row seat to watch her valiant sisters fall one by one to the Blood Brothers' rifles and blades. Their tank drove into the ruins and crushed the small recording disc, preventing the secret shame of the brothers from escaping. The victory belongs to the brothers who fought for the elves. The High Sister is dragged inside the ruins of the church, her cheeks wet with the tears of pain and loss. The skull helm is there. His body is horribly wounded by the bolts and blades of her fallen kin.
You fought well, sister. It is a pity your names will go unrecorded. We cannot let this secret be known.
The sister forced herself to stand unaided. Her eyes flashed with the fire of her order's funeral pyres.
And for your secret, my sisters paid with their lives.
The brother nodded.
Regrettable, as is your own end.
The High Sister felt the blade for only a moment. The mercy stroke took her by surprise. Her last sight was the skull helm being removed and the ruined face beneath smiling at her. Funny, she never noticed the fangs before. Next we have West, Elven Jesters versus Machine Cults for 2,000 points. The Robot Legions, having suffered critical losses against the Elven Jesters, hire a merc company of Machine Cults to bolster their front. The Elven Jesters take this challenge by the Machine Cults personal, so they will leave the Seer Council out of this one and meet them with the full might of comedy. Round 1 was a crushing round for the Elven Jesters, losing a unit of fools and a heavy bike to the superior firepower of the cults. Round 2 turned the tables as the Tricksters started appearing all over the map, surgically striking the strongest units the cults had on the field. From then on, it was a snowball effect of murder by the Jesters, leaving only 2 units to report back the losses. Elven Jesters fighting for the High Elves win. Last one came in while I was reading these messages. Arkatoa, the High Elf fleet seeking to reclaim an ancient elf ruin, activated a substantial amount of elementals to assault the Robot Legion's forces there. The elementals proved far more resilient than the robots were expecting, and many areas of the battlefield devolved into long slugfests between heavy-hitting units on both sides. Despite surprise attacks on both sides, it looked as if the High Elves were poised to sweep the Robot Legions out of the ruins. That is, until the Elite Protector, steering the unit of Elemental Strikers, lost his nerve as he came face to face with the Robot Lord and its guardians. This one moment of cowardice sealed their fates, as the Elemental Protectors were too far away to contest the center objective, and the High Elves were forced to flee. Victory goes to the Robot Legions with 2 objectives held versus 1 held by the High Elf fleets. So that is it for you guys on the Discord. Sending in your campaign games. This will be the last week. It affects the points on the battlefield, but next week, anything that you do send in will affect the overall victory points of the campaign. So remember to send in your final battles for our last episode. Let's check out what happened with the armies. So we're going to start off with the elves. We have our Elven Noble. It did go down. Let's roll on the chart. It gets 3. He's going to come back. So he ended up getting 2 XP because of kills, and 1 for... Nope, he did not survive. So just 2 XP for him. Next goes to the Acolytes. They didn't do anything, and they're going to be fine. They'll be back. Protectors. These guys... 1 point for surviving the battle, and 2 points for the kills they had. So we get to roll on the chart for them, and they get a 6. They can pick another trait from the list, so they get to pick any of these. We're going to go ahead and give them the +1 to hit for shooting, which is specialist. So let's go here, traits, specialist. All right. Next, we have the Cleric and his Protectors. We get to roll 1 dice for him. He's coming back. And then his unit of Protectors, rolled 1 dice for that. Hey, they get an experience point, and that's going to push them right over the top. So they get a 2. What is a 2? Headstrong. +1 to morale tests. So traits, Headstrong. Next is the Stingers. They get an experience point as well when they come back. Then the Vanquishers. They also get an experience points. This is a very lucrative getting knocked out. The Elementals, they get 1 experience point for surviving, but they didn't have any kills. And lastly, we have the Jet Bikes, who do get an experience point just for surviving. So let's look at the Robot Legion. The Robot Lord gets an experience point for surviving and 1 for his unit kill. Then his Warrior Squad, they're going to come back. The Flesh Eaters, they have 1 point for killing that unit of Stingers, and they get an experience point for just coming back. Next we go to the Warden. We roll for him, and he gets an experience point. Still 1 shy of leveling up. Then our Tri-Scorpions, they're gonna come back. Next is the Hover Bikes. Ooh, the Hover Bikes are gone permanently. And then our Transport Tank, believe it or not, 1 point for surviving, and then it had 2 kills on its own. Still not enough to hit 5 XP to level up, but just damn impressive for a Transport Tank. So with losing the Hover Bikes, that puts the Robot Legion down to 2105. So that takes us to points added to the army. The Legion get 300 because they lost the game, and the Elves get 150 because they won the game, and 2 victory points for the campaign. We had a tie. So what I'm going to do is no one's going to get any victory points for the game, but both armies are going to get 300 points added to their total, putting the High Elf fleet at 2315 and the Robot Legion at 2705. So, like I said, at the very end of the game, we are going to have both armies with their full force on the field. Before the game, we'll give an update to what they are going to bring. We don't even know yet. We're going to decide on the day. So thank you everybody for watching this far. Thank you everyone who has participated in the community element of this. I can't wait to unleash the final mission on this campaign. It is going to be something rather fun. It's going to be in 2 weeks, and you better not miss it. But until then, that's going to be it for me for tonight. I hope you guys are having fun playing OPR wherever you are. We'll catch you later. Bye-bye.